Hello, everybody, and welcome to Couch Potato Queens live after Bachelorette. I am your host, Alex, and I am joined by my BFF who cooked me dinner tonight, Ken. How are you tonight?
Hello, everyone. I am well, and I am full of tacos
I
on a
know.
spontaneous Taco Tuesday. It was accidental.
What kind of tacos?
Just regular tacos, just beef tacos.
But they were delicious. And we have a special guest tonight. We are joined with wonderful friend of the pod, Chantel at Reality Realness.
Yes.
How are you, dear Chantel?
I'm super fab. Like I'm really enjoying the beginning of this season. I know I probably said this at the beginning of every season. Oh my God, it's so good. I'm really into it. But there's something about the way that Michelle has been conducting herself, the words that she uses, how she communicates. It's very particular, and she seems very comfortable, even though it's a very uncomfortable position that she's in. And I'm enjoying her journey so far. And so I really enjoyed this episode. I think there's a lot to talk about.
Yes.
And I'm really happy to be here to do it with you guys.
Totally. And like we were saying last week that you can already tell that production prefers Michelle over Katie. Like they are giving her a nicer hotel.
The hotel is so cool. Have you noticed the hotel at all? Do you like?
Well, definitely everything seems to be like an upgrade for sure. Now we did hear like last season that Katie didn't want to have a stylist. I'm wondering if she didn't want to have a stylist or they didn't want to give her a stylist because like Michelle looks so good all the time.
Every episode. Her makeup matches her outfits.
And it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if she just got done a little dirty or if it was actually like Katie's real decision to not have a stylist. Because I dress myself. I mean,
yeah, I'm
fine
really
for
not
regular
sure.
life.
I could definitely see Katie being the type of person though who like thinks she like knows her style best. And so she's like going to be able to do it better than anyone else could.
Didn't they film both Bachelorette seasons back to back? I think they did take a little break.
I would think
between the two.
They probably legally had to give them a break.
I think they took a break because Michelle had to wait till school was out to film.
True.
Yes, that's right.
Speaking of Katie, have you heard the goss?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've heard.
Are you surprised that Katie and Blake are no more?
Not at all. Now, I did feel that they had some sort of chemistry when they first were meeting in I think it was episode 4 last season. And so I thought that they did have a vibe, but I also felt as though, almost all of a sudden, I love you. And it was like, wait, weren't you just crying, not gonna leave the show, begging Greg to stay? And all of a sudden it's like, it's always been you. It's like, are you sure? Like maybe you liked him a lot, but was it always you? I don't know. So I kind of felt as though she kind of pushed herself to get to that place with Blake, even though she might not have been there yet. And then with the fact that she lives in Toronto, or he lives in Toronto, and she lives in, I think, somewhere in California.
Like LA or something, yeah.
It just
it seems like too that Blake ended up being her choice by more so default.
Yeah.
And less so because she picked him out of a group. Because like a lot of the guys ended up like leaving.
I agree. Yeah, I think that it kind of fell on her shoulders. Like he fell on her shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, and we were joking before. We're like, oh, Blake's 100% going to be back in the Bachelor franchise.
Oh yeah, Claire, gonna sweep up Claire now.
Oh my gosh, what if?
What if?
Oh my God. And then Michael A can finally get Katie.
Well, do you know what I was saying though? I was saying that either Michael A or Connor, I think that she would have still been in a relationship if she had chosen either of those two men. I think it would have they still would have been together.
Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. I think she had chemistry with some people on her season and they just left.
And is it bad that I'm kind of like, I feel a little bit vindicated for Thomas for the fact that like him and Becca are so in love and like she feels like he could actually be the one that she wants to marry and like they really are enjoying their life together. And she did him so dirty. So I'm kind of like, I was always Team Thomas, and so I kind of feel vindicated for him.
Yes,
we love
Thomas got his moment.
We love the chaos of it all. And speaking of chaos, there was a lot of chaos in this episode today. Lots of chaos in this episode. Let's start off with this first group date. Our first group date of the night was oh my god,
The teaching.
Back to school.
teaching. They're in school.
Yep.
They're in school.
Math.
This was hilarious. We get our first like villain moment with Peter.
Peter's an Aquarius, which makes me like him, but like he's a mess.
I feel like Chantel always is like, okay, but I like low-key love Carl.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
I didn't low-key love Carl, but I didn't hate him that much. You know what I mean?
Chantel's like, okay, but I just like love the villains.
Oh my god.
Maybe a little bit. I kind of like, they have a heart too, you know?
I will say though, Peter was acting wild in musical chairs though. I'm like,
Yes,
like,
that's what I was going to say.
you were going to hurt someone.
Yes. Peter's musical chairs gave me like traumatic flashbacks to elementary school. I feel like that's what kids used to do to me. Like I'd try to sit down and they'd like pull the chair out from under me or push me off of it. Like I was
Stressful.
yeah, I did not like this scene. He needed to calm the fuck down. And he's like trying to like pull the chair from the guy. Like they are fighting. Like the guy's sitting holding the chair to his ass and Peter's like trying to pull it out from under him. Like give it up, dude.
Yes, he was definitely really aggressive. What I liked about this date though, like even though I'm sure we're gonna have a lot more, I don't know, school teacher moments in this season, but I like that if you've ever watched the show Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yes.
I like that it was led by these fifth graders and they were way smarter than these adults. And like I thought that was a cute element that they brought into it.
Yes.
And the kids had so much attitude. I loved that when he was like, he's like, Michelle, and she's like, leave her alone. Do the experiment.
I loved that. Did I do something wrong? Were you supposed to do something a certain way? Well, the challenge was to follow the instructions. I loved that. I thought that was very sweet.
10-year-old sassy girl.
Right.
Guys.
I love that.
I think that you could like see a lot of who these guys were too in this like kind of innocent but competitive moment too, because like these guys are not only trying to impress Michelle, but now they're trying to perform for these kids as well. And so I think that you get to see kind of like a unique side that tells a lot about someone's personality. So I think we saw like some raw moments here with these guys.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to, I would say, to be like, if you don't think about Michelle, that you're trying to impress Michelle, but you're trying to impress these kids, I do think a more of a genuineness will come out of you, and like, you know, just like a gentleness and a kindness should come out. With Peter, I don't know what he was channeling there, but
I think he was like challenging the kids.
I know. Peter wasn't like having fun with it. He was just like, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Not with that spelling. Some of those words, these guys.
No, it was not it at all. Oh, hi, Kurt. Kids gotta learn about game show marriages somewhere.
Yeah.
Hello, Kurt. Thanks for popping in. I don't think you watched The Bachelorette, but we love to have you here. Nate is still my winner pick. Sorry, Joe. Yeah. Oh, totally. We love this is a Nate Stan podcast.
Yes,
Nate and Malik.
Malik on my draft.
Yeah.
Natey. 6 foot 80.
Peter needs to go home and make more pizzas. Oh, Kurt, you actually watched The Bachelorette. We will have you on as a guest. Kurt is what I do improv with. So.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
But pizza. This is what I want to bring up.
Pizza.
I love that every season there's just like terrible jobs. And this season we only got one. We only got one stupid job, and it was pizzapreneur.
Well, you were. I don't think you were watching The Bachelorette. I think it was The Bachelorette. There was the job was Tickle Monster. Like that was their like job title. That they tickled.
No,
not a real. It wasn't a real job, but that was what their title was.
I would not like. I do not like tickling at all.
Most
I would not.
Don't.
I would, like,
am I frozen for you guys? I'm frozen for myself.
What?
Am I frozen for you guys?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Am I frozen for you?
Yes.
Okay, yes, but you can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
We'll keep talking. I'm gonna see. Okay, seems like it's coming back.
You're frozen in like a better angle now.
Yeah.
You talk. I'm
You
gonna leave
look
and come
good.
back. I'm gonna leave.
You look good.
Yeah, you do.
So random. It just started. Too much wildness happening.
Right?
we're gonna
It's
do this.
chaos.
And let's see. Maybe?
You broke her.
It's okay. I can still hear you guys. I'm still here in spirit.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Works
we're
for
just gonna
me.
roll with it then.
That's fine. Yeah.
I know.
You'll pop in when you
Chantel is
can.
frozen. We know what is going on with the
Gotta
We're gonna figure it out. It's okay. We can hear Chantel.
Yes.
Chantel is with us.
That's
It's okay.
We're all right.
It's okay. It's okay. Chantel, if you want to try and leave and come back, that we will understand.
Yeah.
Pop back up. Let's see if it happens. But anyway, yes, Pizzapreneur
Yeah.
is the stupidest job of the season.
There are a lot of just like generic CEOs though.
Oh, I know. I'm like, what are you a CEO of?
Like just CEO sales, CEO tech, CEO.
I
don't
know.
know.
I'm like, but what of though?
She got rid of, speaking of jobs, both firefighters tonight.
Can you confirm that, Chantel, if we are correct about that?
No, wasn't Rodney the second firefighter?
No, he was the apple.
Oh shoot, yeah, of course he's the apple. Sorry, yeah, both firefighters gone. I don't remember the guy's name. Was it Nathan? Is it Nathan?
One was PJ, I think.
I know. I was very upset.
The cute one was PJ.
The cute one was PJ, and then the other one.
The other
one. I don't remember his name.
The guy who came in on the baby
one.
The baby guy.
It was cute, but like I didn't see him, and then I don't remember his name, which is not great. I remember PJ though.
Yeah, I was upset about PJ as well.
I know. We were both upset about the firemen going home, but it was funny. She sent them both home at the same time.
Yes, I thought that was funny too.
But so this date, our rose is given to oh my god, what is his name? The one that started all the drama.
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie gets the rose on this date.
No, because he goes on the one-on-one.
Oh yeah, no, he goes on the one-on-one.
Yeah, the group rose goes to.
Oh, the guy that looks like a child.
Suck.
The
Brandon.
guy, Brandon gets the rose.
Jamie's son.
Yeah, Jamie's
Brandon
son.
J. I'm still gonna leave and come back, guys.
Okay,
that's cool. We'll see you in a minute.
We'll be here. The joys of live television, y'all.
Yay!
Yeah. But he gets the
Brandon
rose. Brandon gets the rose. He looks like a baby.
Yeah, I was like, how did you feel about that? You had feelings about Brandon.
He seemed like a child to me. He seems kind of immature for Michelle. Not really my pick for her. I feel like he's gonna last for a while and be here, but probably not make hometowns.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make hometowns.
No.
I could see him being here for a minute though. But I think he also has some drama inside of him. I could see him causing drama or like being immature and Michelle sending him home a little bit earlier than we think.
Yeah.
But there's some connection there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what it is. Not right now. I'll be curious to see if he gets a one-on-one soon.
Yeah, I know. That's really what's going to make or break him, I think is
so
if he gets a one-on-one. I think he will.
Yeah, CBB agrees.
Yeah. Where is that connection coming from with Brandon? No idea.
Yeah, I don't remember them really connecting very much on their date.
No, because he was even like saying some weird line and she's like, ew, you're corny. And he's like, yeah, I'm corny. Let's kiss.
Yeah, that's right. That's what happened with them. He said that really corny line about her being gorgeous and like going to dreams, like having a dream about her. Like, no. It just wasn't it. I don't want to hear about your wet dreams thing.
Wasn't it? So we get to our solo date with Jamie. They climb some rocks at Joshua Tree.
With no instructors in sight.
No instructors in sight.
Did you notice that?
Imagine just being like, let's climb this rock.
Like, I mean, really? Like someone had to have put the ropes in, maybe, like for them. But this isn't like an easy thing. You could die.
Yeah, like they are just like, okay, get on the rocks now. Bye.
Yes, and at Joshua Tree.
Yeah, no, that guy totally seems like he's 20.
Yeah, I agree, Brandon.
Yeah, but yeah, that date was fun. They had a good time. They look at the desert. They're like, wow, there it is. Here's Joshua Tree in the daytime.
I didn't see any trees.
I know, no trees in sight. If anyone can tell me why people go to Joshua Tree.
We actually Googled it. So if you could let us know, that would be helpful.
What is the appeal of Joshua Tree? Yes. Please let us know.
You're
back again.
Better than ever.
I mean, okay, I've always wanted to go to Joshua Tree, to be fair. Well, here's the reason why.
There's people at the top of the rocks. Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
I am high-key a spiritual hippy-dippy, and I've heard that Joshua Tree is like kind of a spiritual center where, you know, there's a lot of retreats and there's a lot of, you know, positive energy that happens in that area. And so it's kind of like a landmark for spiritual people to go and, you know, connect with the universe.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Mount Shasta. Yeah, Mount Shasta specifically is, if I'm not mistaken, one of the world chakras. And so that's why it has like this whole high energy pull where a lot of people go to visit Mount Shasta. I believe that Joshua Tree has something similar in its like spiritual pull for that community.
Work. Do you think that Michelle and Jamie felt that on their date?
Well, with knowing what I know now about Jamie, I'm feeling like we're getting duped. Like, I feel like he's actually putting on a bit of an act.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit wary for Michelle for Jamie right now, because from what we've seen in the rest of the episode, I don't know if he's as good as a guy as he kind of is presenting himself to be.
I know.
To be fair.
And we do get this really like heartfelt moment after
I bawled my eyes out. Like I cried so much.
Really quick before we move on to this, Kurt, please send me this information about the Joshua Tree cult. Okay,
yes.
Like I am very interested in this now.
Yes, me too.
Yeah,
I've never heard about that.
The edge of Joshua Tree.
I would like that.
We want to know. We would like to know.
Well, speaking of like youth cults, though, did you ever watch the Paris Hilton documentary where she talks about how she was kind of abducted, but by the advice of her parents, to go to this like school for troubled youth where they actually were abusing them there? And like she has this whole documentary coming out, and now she's starting like a support group for people that have had similar experiences with youth groups where they actually were abusive. So
people keep telling me to watch the Paris Hilton documentary.
It's not that great, but it's interesting to know to hear that she went through that.
I forgot about it actually. I kind of meant to watch it.
Yeah. I didn't think that Jamie would be the troublemaker.
I didn't either. Yes.
Especially after this amazing edit. Like this was some tricky editing that they did because on his date, they're like, wow, this guy's been through so much. We get this really like touching story that he's been through with his mom committing suicide and how he had to kind of be the adult in the house as a child. They have a really good connection there. And, you know, we're like, everybody was on his side for a while, and then he has this full-on meltdown at the rose ceremony. Like
beforehand, though, this is the first little flicker of like, I don't know about you, Jamie, is when he gets the first one-on-one date, and he's like, well, this is also just like a time for me to decide like whether or not like she's somebody that could fit into my life. Like I'm gonna be jet setting here and there, and like I don't know if she'll be able to handle my life. And I was just kind of like,
then why are
you're on her show, babe? Like it's not like your show and she's auditioning for your show. Yes, it's a two-way street. I totally get that. So I was kind of brushing it off and giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like I can understand feeling a little bit vulnerable in that moment, being like, well, it's not just her picking me. I have to pick her too. Totally, I get that. But now it looks like a red flag to me. Now that I'm looking back.
Yes.
Like you immediately come in with that. You know, like, when you're getting the first one-on-one date, which is probably like the most coveted date.
People were pissed.
You know?
People were like, one guy was like, I am pissed about his reaction. Like, They don't parse their words.
No. They do not.
I'd be pissed if I was Michelle and I heard about that reaction to like getting a
know.
I would be
one-on-one date. I'd be
too.
like, whoa, well, I won't give you a one-on-one date ever again, and like we're gonna go home.
Right.
It seems like he's probably going to have a meltdown in the next few episodes. Like some stuff is going to come boiling to the surface with him, and he's going to become more of a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely gonna become a villain, 100%.
Oh yes, I thought he was mature. I thought he was gonna go far, and then nope.
Exactly, BB. Jamie lied when he told Michelle about him not having reservations about her relationship with Joe.
He lied about that entire thing. He was like, all these people in the house, all of them have been saying these things. Go ahead.
It was completely flipped. He totally flipped the narrative. It was him bringing up everything. He was the only one who was concerned. Every other guy that he was talking to was like, maybe, but I don't really care. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's like, every single room I walked into, someone was talking about it. I'm like, yeah, because you walked into the room and you brought it up.
True.
That's why. Like, that was just, it was hard to watch because it was literally watching somebody be like, oh yeah, I don't know who's saying it, but it's happening. And then she full on was like, thank you so much for telling me.
Right.
But what was so like out there to me was that he was like, I heard a rumor from my friend who said he saw you in a bar and said that you were dating a light-skinned baller. And so he tells her that the rumors started from him. But then she's still like, thank you so much. Like,
well, I think it's because she has a connection to him at this point, right? And so she feels that there's no reason for him to lie to her, that he's looking out for her. How he presented it didn't seem like it was like, ganging up on the guys. It's just like letting her know like what's been kind of rumored around. And he didn't present it, in my opinion, in a way that would make her be like, screw you, I think that you're the bad guy. Like, I think he presented in a way to make her feel as though he was on her side.
Totally.
So,
which is even more of a snake. I
can't believe he's like super sketch. And like, I kind of feel a little bit weird about someone that shared this really personal story. And it's making me question him. And like, I feel like I'm in a weird place with that now. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to feel kind towards him and like appreciate where he's come from, but I don't like the way that he's acting right now. And so I'm kind of like, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the duality of what I'm feeling about him.
Totally.
I agree.
Yep. Yeah. Like, no, because there's so much there, because it's like, I feel for him. I have empathy for him. And he probably is kind of feeling insecure. He's like, I just opened up to you about all this stuff, and now here's this guy who you already know.
Mm-hmm.
But the way he went about it, I feel like, is just like real red flag,
Mm-hmm.
And now everybody's mad.
Everybody's mad. And like poor Martin, like Martin was bringing up with like a slight concern, but he probably thinks that like it's all his fault. And it's like actually Jamie. But Martin's just like
shaking in his boots.
Yes.
These men are like, there's a piece of shit in the house and he's going down.
He's like,
and Martin's like, it's me. Oh no, it's me. All these men are gonna be mean to me.
I do like Martin.
I mean, bless Martin's little Backstreet Boys heart,
He did a backflip in the first episode. I got to give him props for that.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't hear what did you guys think about Brandon though? That got that first like little one-on-one moment in the first day.
I think he's
baby.
We think he's a child.
He's so babyish.
He's a baby.
He kind of reminds me of like, well, I was always saying that Aaron from last season was just so youngish, like in his like, it's just like he's a man, but he just came across as like last year he was in high school. You know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
He's really cute. But I felt uncomfortable watching their kind of kissing moment. I'm like, just kiss already. Just stop with this weird, like foreplay, flirting, like
high schoolers being like, you know what I mean? It was just like very immature. it seemed like she was having like a lower kind of conversation than she usually has.
Yes, I think
You
for
know?
her it's mostly physical.
Yeah, because he's a cutie, but
he's a cutie, but he's so young. And it seems like if you look at all the pro whole season trailers, that he makes it kind of far. Like it looks like he makes it to like Final Four, like horseback riding dates and like paddleboarding dates. Like multiple
which means he's like in another country because there's no water to paddleboard on where they're at right now.
Right?
Oh damn it.
Yeah, it was pretty cringeworthy.
It was cringeworthy, BB. Cringe.
Yeah, like maybe he'll get better, but even just him being like, "Oh yeah, I'm corny," I'm like, "No, you're acting like a child. Please stop."
I think him looking like he's 19 is what bothers me the most.
I
honestly.
know,
like he's cute, but like I don't know, like
he looks like one of my students.
30. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh, you are one of my students.
Yes.
Like, you are one of my high school students.
Maybe that's why she likes him.
Maybe he's like bringing out something in her that she didn't really get to experience, because she does say that she didn't really go to prom and stuff like that. So she never experienced this kind of necessarily, like I'm assuming, flirty high school love thing with like some cheesy corny lines, and like they're gonna go and like make out under the bleachers and like, so maybe she's kind of like feeling this vibe because it's like
he has like prom king energy.
100%. 100%.
Hi Sam. Did y'all want the red team or the blue team to win? Yeah, we can get into that next group date.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna say red because Malik was on the red team.
Yeah,
Malik was cute. Like, I'm not really a big on basketball or like sports and stuff, but like watching these guys play well for Michelle, I was like, oh,
it was cute.
It was hot.
Cute. Yeah, Alex said, "Oh my God, if someone walked in right now, they would think we're watching basketball."
Look at these women watching sport. Wow.
It's really funny, to be honest.
I was like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does not like basketball.
I'm like, no, but like, what about right here for like these 2 seconds? It does.
Yeah, okay.
But it seems like even Tayshia and Caitlin were surprised by how good the guys were and how much they were enjoying these plays. And I really do love that Michelle, she said that was a D1 basketball player. So she's playing pretty much at the highest level before going to the WNBA or whatnot.
Right.
And so I love that she could like see who was a good player, see what was good passes, like know the different plays. Like I love seeing that she was an expert and she was able to really like kind of give a critique that was better than the announcer guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was like down with Michelle knowing her shit.
Yeah, like that was her sport. So like, whereas like on other Bachelorette seasons, like the guys are boxing or something for her love.
They're in a cage match.
Like, or like whatever.
Making
they might
dodgeball.
play baseball or something. But like the girl has no idea what's going on. Or if she does, it's not like,
Wait, you guys missed that. There was naked dodgeball. That was for Claire.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I hated that. That was so uncomfortable.
And Joseph's son was going to see that.
Daughter.
Joseph's daughter's going to see that.
I don't want to be seen like this.
I expected better from the oldest Bachelorette.
Where is he? We thought that we'd see him on Paradise. I would have rather see him on Paradise than some of the guys, not gonna lie.
His daughter would see that. He would never be on Paradise.
My daughter could never see me on Paradise.
They kissed there. Oh shit, my laptop's not plugged in.
Oh.
Hey, Lexi.
Oh.
Don't mind us while our laptop dies.
His laptop dies. My internet cuts out.
I know. We're just a mess over here. Couch potato greens.
It wasn't that much of a mess. It's done now.
Yeah, Pradeep was struggling in basketball.
Yes,
Bless his heart, Pradeep. You will be missed on this season.
I wanted to see more of Pradeep.
I don't think he said one word the whole time he was there.
No. Yeah, I don't know what his voice sounds like. No idea.
No, I don't even think he had a microphone on ever. They're just like, no, we don't need to hear you.
Aww.
Like, who else was on the red team? So it was Pradeep, Nate,
Malik. No, Nate was on the white team.
Winning team. Sorry, Joe.
Joe.
And who are the other two? Oh, Clayton. Was Clayton and Chris S? Chris S. Yeah, I think Chris S was last.
Yes.
One of the
Chris
random
S.
white guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris S.
We'll call him Shorts. Shorts white guy. Shorts
yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Cool boy.
Yeah. Clayton was
no, people were saying that he looks like, do you guys watch The Challenge? No, you don't. But do you know who The Miz is?
No.
The Miz? Are you not watching Dance with the Stars?
No.
Anyways, The Miz is like a wrestler, and he was on The Real World, and he's on The Challenge. He's hosted some of the after shows. Right now, he's currently on Dancing with the Stars, and they do look remarkably similar. So people are saying that looks like
you'll have to send me a picture.
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, but we wanted the red team to win because Malik was there, and after the date, there was a shot of Malik in the locker room where he's like, like it looks like Malik just like lost the World Series.
He did. He lost Michelle.
Well, I think though why he was most upset is not because they lost, but that there was an MVP awarded and it wasn't him, it went to Joe. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I think that was a double burn, that he didn't even play better than Joe, so he could have at least got to go on that.
And he had a good layup. But also, it's not really fair because if Joe was like the best player in the state at one point, like, come on.
I know. The things like they just like she's like, I want Joe to come on the date.
It's
so let's
like
just
a one
give him a medal so he can come.
Yeah.
Well, clearly that's what happened. Like she wanted him on that date. Mm-hmm. Like there was no denying that at all. I cried twice in this episode. Like, what's going on here? When he got the news about his basketball coach passing away and from his mom and being like, I'm coming for you soon. I'm like, oh my God, it's so sad. Joe.
Oh my gosh.
It was perfect bachelor timing that it's like your basketball coach dies and then they send you on a basketball date and then later at the cocktail party you play basketball again.
More basketball.
I'm like, let him rest.
He wants to play basketball because that's where he feels like he truly is himself.
I would never want to be with a man like that.
Question though. Brutal. Speaking of basketball though, have you guys ever watched the movie Love and Basketball?
Yes, they were very Love and Basketball.
I love that movie.
I like sports movies.
It's really good.
I do.
This is a good one. You even got a cameo from Tyra Banks in that one.
Oh, I'll watch it then. I will watch it. If there is like even one actor in something I like, I will sit through anything.
Just one actor.
Well, so now
I will sit through it.
And Omar Epps.
Like Dune.
I watched Dune because Zendaya was in all of 5 seconds of that movie.
I heard it was 7 minutes actually, and fans are raging.
What?
I heard that it was 7 minutes, and the fans of Zendaya are raging because it was only 7 minutes, and she was in the trailer.
People are pissed because, like, they make it seem like Zendaya is the star, Hanny. Okay.
All I have to say is read the book. You would have known.
They shouldn't have advertised like that.
I agree. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They sold it to people who were going to come and see it.
They shouldn't have advertised like that. But anyway, this is not a Dune podcast.
We don't know that much about it.
No, all I know is that Zendaya wasn't in it. But yeah, Joe goes on this date. Guess what? He wins the rose.
Yeah,
he wins it.
I mean, I think that they really have palpable chemistry. Like, I can see that she wants to touch him. There was one point when she gave the red team a pep talk, and she goes and he squeezes his shoulders, and she says, "Come on, like Mr. Basketball or something." Mm-hmm. And I was like, that was a very intimate moment, like that I was like witnessing that nobody else seemed to notice, but like calling him Mr. Basketball, which is his like statewide title, and like giving him a little bit of like a shoulder rubsies face to face, like. I definitely felt their chemistry.
I noticed that too.
That's something that you said when we were watching the episode. Is like that is like a very like weird thing to share with somebody is like knowing those titles.
Yeah,
and then
unique connection.
She was the runner-up for Miss Basketball, and he's Mr. Basketball. So like there is like such a weird connection there that they have. Yes, but he ghosted her. So
I need to know more about this actual story. What was the back and forth? Was it like they were talking about basketball and maybe he was going to like come and do something for charity or something like that, but she was maybe hoping it was an opportunity to meet him, and like then he just never connected back, and so she never got a chance to like talk to him further and then potentially date him? Like I just don't understand how the ghosting happened.
She said it was 2 messages.
But then it also seemed like they went somewhere together one time.
How is it
I think that was just another guy.
Yeah, it was a random guy.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, because she was kind of saying like, "Oh, I can't have dinner with a black man without people thinking I'm dating him."
Right.
Okay.
Right. That was just another random guy.
Another guy.
Seemingly, maybe it was like her brother. I don't think she has a brother, but
yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Gotcha.
Yeah. It's her dad. Oh, just kidding.
It's her boyfriend. It's her dad. And she said it was years ago too. Yeah, I feel like
the years ago is confusing.
The years ago is confusing because then he said last time that it was during the pandemic, so it's kind of like, when was this filmed?
Yeah, he was like, George Floyd, so I didn't want to message you back.
Yeah,
and she was like, yes, I get it.
Yeah, and they talked about that, but that's not.
She meant months. I have to say, like, I'm just trying to help Michelle out here, that I don't know what year it is right now. When I say last year, it's actually like 5 years ago.
Chantal, it's 2021 right now.
It feels like I don't know what happened between 2018 and now, basically. I'm like, last year was 2018, right? No.
What happened in 2020?
2020 is a blip.
It seems like
it would have been a year.
This timeline, there is about a year to play with in this timeline of them meeting, the pandemic happening, everything going down, and then filming.
Yeah.
So it seems like it was not years ago and someone misspoke, and that it was more like a year and some change.
But now we're all so confused.
How long ago was it?
Receipts, dates. Where
are the receipts?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, why didn't she just pull up the message?
Show the receipts. Show the receipts.
She made Ryan show his receipts last week. Wasn't that his name?
Yeah. She's like, show me the folder.
Yeah.
Show us the folder.
The misspelled, document.
That was so
Show
weird.
us the documents. Yes, I was confused. I just want to know, when was it? When was it? But he gets a rose, so maybe we'll find out next week what happens. So we get to the cocktail party. All that goes down with
with Jamie.
With Jamie versus Joe versus the house. There's a piece of shit in the house. We're gonna find him. And the cocktail party gets canceled. First canceled cocktail party of the season.
I was disappointed by this because I was just getting really excited that it was going to be a full episode. Like, we just get all the regular parts. I was worried that it would mean no cocktail party, no rose ceremony, to be continued bullshit. At least we still got the rose ceremony.
Yeah.
But like, Michelle, please just give us a cocktail party. It's not, it doesn't, for me, have any more like excitement knowing that these guys didn't get to talk to you. I don't need to hear sound clips like, I don't know, I might be going home. Like, I haven't had a chance to talk to her. Like, that's not compelling television for me. So,
no,
like, I want to see you talk
I want
to
know
them.
who they are so I can like form a connection with these guys too. Like, I want to also know who they are so I can root for them or not.
Yeah.
And if we don't get to see you talk to them.
I don't know the names of 2 of the people that went home.
Exactly.
Right. That's not good.
Right, exactly.
I know. I feel like the Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor Nation is just realizing that like people aren't like as caring as much about like picking a favorite from day one and like watching them and like getting to know them. They're more just like waiting for the drama, and like I'm waiting for the drama too. But I also want to know like a little bit about everybody.
Right, because there's a balance there. You need to know about them to care about the drama to some extent.
Otherwise,
these rose ceremonies happen and I'm like, okay, work.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, absolutely. Like, you need to either be rooting for them or rooting against them. And so you need to be able to pick a side. Like, I don't know whose side I'm on with the Peter and Will of it all. but
Yeah.
like I need to get to know them in order for me to care about that jacket that goes into that pool. So like give us some time with these people. I want to see if they have a connection. I want to see whether or not I'm thinking she's making the right decision. I want to see if there's a little bit of sparks here and there. And I think that they're forgetting why we're watching the show for the most part is to see her fall in love. It's not to see her cancel rose ceremonies, in my opinion, and it's not to see these fights, in my opinion. I like them when I like them.
But that's not the purpose. That's not why we're watching.
I love a fight, but they need to be short-lived, and we need to get back to the rose ceremony.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially this. I don't feel like it warranted canceling a rose ceremony.
No.
Like there's
I was surprised she canceled it because she didn't have any answers. No one talked to her. So like why you didn't want to talk to anyone before the rose ceremony?
Like I would think that what I would want to do is being like, okay, I'm gonna go through every single person here right now. I'm sorry that we have to do this, but like I need to feel safe with the people that I'm here with.
Yeah.
I just want to I want you to tell me one-on-one where you're not around anybody else, how you're feeling about this situation, this news, and how do you want to move forward from here? And then just go like I just one-on-one every single person, like speed dating style, see what vibe I get, and then that would help to determine like my decision.
But she's like, nope, I'm going with my gut.
Yeah.
I feel like her gut, that means producers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. Keeping Peter is such a producer. Like, some producer like pulled Michelle into like a closet and was like, you better fucking keep Peter or else.
Yeah. I mean, she like scolded him for being aggressive.
Yeah. She does not like that guy.
No.
She also, I don't think she enjoyed him with the musical chairs.
No.
She didn't like overhearing him having a yelling fight. She didn't talk to Will. She talked to Peter. And so I don't think she really likes him necessarily or can picture him as her life partner. No. I don't think. So yeah, definitely producer pick there with Peter.
Which is unfortunate because we lost PJ.
I know, we lost PJ. He's a hottie. We lost Pradeep, who we never got to hear speak.
Who's the other guy that we lost?
The white guy with the small face?
Yes.
Who knows?
Like, I really actually don't have an inkling of what his name is.
If anyone in the comments knows, please tell us.
He was very shiny tonight.
He was very shiny tonight. I tried to look up a little bit of who he was for a second on the couch before we got on here. I couldn't find him.
I mean, I must have it in my notebook here.
I know.
Right now, I'm like about to pull out my phone.
Like, who is he?
Alec.
What?
I feel like I've never said this person's name in my life.
Never.
I think he's on my draft.
Alec from North Carolina.
What's his sign, B-Bean? What's his sign?
Well, he's back in North Carolina now.
Alec. Did he have a package in the first episode?
No, I feel like he was in the montage.
Yeah, I feel like he was too.
What, did he do anything when he came out of the limo?
Not that I remember.
Damn it.
It's just so, it's like, that's what I don't like. I don't like when people go home when I have no idea who they are.
Right. Do we have your notes? Do we have the notes from last week?
South Carolina.
Carolina.
I recycled them.
And that's okay. While we're the last few moments here, I'll find his name or his something about him.
Man, and I'm just gonna look him up really quick. Just Alec, Bachelorette.
Who is he? Who is he?
Alec, Bachelorette. Nope, not even showing pictures of him.
Nope. They're correcting it to Alex. Alex Michelle.
Literally auto-corrected it. Alec. Let's see.
There he is. Yep.
Yep.
What does his bio say?
He lives to make the most out of each day.
He's an engineer.
After his first marriage ended, he learned to value the commitment of what it takes to truly make love last. So he is not here to waste anyone's time. He is dependable, emotionally intelligent, and values integrity above all else. Alec is hoping to find a woman who appreciates how much his career means to him, but will also make him want to be sentimental and bring out the fun side of him. He is a true believer in that old school, head over heels, unconditional type of love and is ready to find that with beautiful Michelle. He loves to read GQ magazine.
Oh my God.
Alec does not think bowling makes a romantic night out.
Oh, I remember
Alec's
that.
favorite thing to eat for breakfast is
cottage
cheese.
Cottage cheese. Yes, I remember cottage cheese. I remember cottage cheese and not wanting to bowl. Yes, okay, I do remember him now.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Well, bye, Alec. Sorry.
Oh my God, and like I wrote so on his entrance, so I don't know if you can see this here, but I just have his name, but I don't have anything beside his entrance.
One of those. Yes, that's probably the same for us. It probably was.
Oh my God.
That's right here. Oh no, we have engineer.
We literally just wrote down Alec 29 engineer.
So he had a long enough entrance for us to at least get that much.
We just wrote down his age.
Oh my God, hilarious. Well, okay, now I know who he is. Though.
Bless his heart.
He loves his job.
He
and
loves
he
his
wants
job.
a woman who can see his fun side.
No, bring it out.
And see his cottage cheese and his fun side.
I mean, don't want to knock cottage cheese, but it's just not something that I've ever, a food that I've ever had incorporated into my diet. You know what I mean? Like I've had cottage cheese, I feel like twice in my life, you know?
I don't think I've ever had it, but I hate it.
Just imagine liking it enough to be like, please list this in my Bachelorette bio.
There's no way. There's
Cottage
no way. There's one time I had a friend of mine, she I was traveling in Europe, so she Airbnb'd my apartment. And when I came back, she's like, you can eat anything that like, you know, I left in the fridge. And like it was basically just a tub of cottage cheese. I was like, no. I'm just not. I'm not
like,
going
hard
to
pass.
Yes.
No.
I threw it out.
So on the Couch Potato Queens podcast, we do our superlatives. We like to figure out who is the best in show for the episode. So, Chantel, who is your top love connection of the episode?
Well, I'm going to go just outside the box here because there are some obvious choices I'd have to say. But I'm going to say our guy, Mr. 6'80" Nady. He had a moment on their like mini one-on-one where they were outside, had their drinks in their hand, and it was a little bit of a push-up against the wall, make-out sesh. He did another one of those chin pull-in kiss moves. He has this confidence about their relationship. He said many times, like, oh, I don't care about what's going on with her and the other guys. I know what we have. I'm secure in what we have. And I love that quiet confidence about their relationship, especially so early on. So that makes me feel like there's something even more bumbling under the surface that we haven't yet to see come to the top. So I'm going to say 6'80" Nady.
I like the nickname.
Yeah. I mean, that moment I said to Ken, I was like, this has like big Claire and Dale energy. Like the date is going on, but they're somewhere else.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
They have a connection for sure. You can see it. And I agree with what you're saying about his like quiet confidence. It's sexy and it is cool that they seem to have that already.
Who is your top love connection of the episode?
My love connection this episode was Rodney.
Oh my God, we never talked about that.
What?
Yes.
Know what pizza was?
What is that? Is that lasagna? Is that lasagna?
How do you bite lasagna like that?
And also, how does he not know that it's a Granny Smith apple? Like that's an apple that makes your face pucker. And it's like the only one.
I'm not going to be like, I know all of my apples, but like, I know what a few apples taste like.
A green apple? I know what a green apple tastes like.
There's candy that tastes like it, okay?
Yeah, like it is sour.
There's alcohol that tastes sour apple, like booze.
Yes. I just had a shot of Crown Apple and it tastes like a sour green
Today?
apple. No, yesterday.
I was like, right now?
No, yesterday.
In honor of Rodney?
Well, yeah, Rodney took me out.
He's like, you want to go get some pizza lasagna?
No, but
Let's
here's
go.
my love connection because I love connection of the whole episode because he got like a ton of screen time this episode. We saw so much of Rodney. We heard so much of Rodney. We saw his reactions to everything. And they had that cute moment that was kind of unexpected. I think that's why they were giving him so much screen time so that like they could show us this weird apple tasting thing with the blindfold. And like we would kind of understand what was going on. Like, okay, they must have like we're expecting to see Rodney because
We're seeing so much
seeing
B-roll of him.
Yeah, there's so much of him. So he's my love connection this episode.
He was getting a ton of B-roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, this episode's weird because there's not really anybody who I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, Nate seems like, you know, the one that's like the least red flag right
Mhm.
now. But if I have to give a top love connection, I feel like to Michelle, her top love connection right now is Jamie
Yeah.
from this episode.
Well, I feel as though from my perspective that I could feel the passion more with her and Joe. And I felt with Jamie, it was just like a perfect scenario. It was a nice date. He treated her well. They kissed. But I don't know. And she said it was the best date she's ever been on. But like, I don't know if it was like that fireworksy for me.
I think
That's fair.
I feel like she like connected with him over his story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
like
so she has like a connection with him. So I think if we're thinking about the phrase, you know, love connection,
we could also say love rock, I guess. Everything's about a rock.
Feeling connected to him.
Yeah.
Like she feels like they have some kind of like understanding of each other right now. But I do not think that he's a good guy.
I know. I can't believe that I actually don't think he's a good guy.
I know. I mean, maybe he's just insecure. Maybe he's just a little insecure.
Yeah, maybe he'll, I don't know, come back next week and like
he has villain edit. It's starting.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't care what the guys think of me. I'm not here for them. I was like, that's said by nobody that wins the show.
Yeah, well, and even just the stuff he was saying about Michelle too. Like, I jet set, so she's got to be able to keep up.
Be ready. Like, okay.
Well, I don't know if you said it in your Cat's breakdown, but I heard somewhere that like he would just go to ticket counters and just be like, I don't know, just put me on a plane anywhere, and he'll just like go wherever the ticket counter will say at the airport.
That like sounds neat, but like in reality,
that sounds so chaotic.
It's chaotic, and like usually where places are going, you're like gonna go to Idaho or something.
You're gonna end up in like
you're not going anywhere.
Like Beaverville, Idaho.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't choose Beaver. I would choose somewhere like a little more interesting. If I was at the ticket counter, I'd send him to somewhere that like I'd never been to, something wild.
If I was at the ticket counter, I'd be like, enjoy Beaverville, Idaho.
I would be too.
I'd be like, oh, you want an adventure?
Or just send everyone to Vegas.
Okay, go to fucking Vegas, loser.
My dad lives in Vegas, guys. My dad lives in Vegas. I've been to Vegas a million times. And I am going into Vegas in the new year because me and my best friend want to go see Magic Mike.
Oh, fun.
I do want to go to Vegas.
I'm flying into Vegas in the spring,
then
I'm driving to Utah.
You have to stop and do something in Vegas.
I have to stop at the dispensary, so
do one slot machine in the airport.
Oh yeah,
in the airport,
of course.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. You go to it's all you hear in Vegas is ling 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 everywhere. I'm
gonna give you $10, and when you go, and I want you just to the first slot machine you see, I want you just to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll see.
I'll do that.
We'll see. So let's get into our hot mess. Ken, who is your hot mess?
My hot mess of the night was Peter in the musical chairs. specifically the musical chairs
That was a
scene.
mess.
It gave me flashbacks to elementary school. I
Anxiety.
didn't like that. And it was just so aggressive. And I think it shows, like, he showed a really, really poor character trait on this date. Like, he showed that he cannot take things lightly. He is a narcissist. Like, he cannot take criticism. He cannot accept that he doesn't know everything. Like, come on. You can't lose at fucking musical chairs.
Yeah.
Really?
Brandon's spelling.
Yeah, that was pretty bad too. I don't like a horrible speller. Some of their handwriting too. I was like, that would have knocked it out for me. Like, Peter did have horrible handwriting, and I was like, I can't.
I have awful handwriting.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
It's better than that. It's not that bad.
Some of it was pretty
You're
bad.
lying.
But like, if I was
Birthday
writing on a
cards.
whiteboard, I would write neatly and nicely. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be like,
Yeah,
"Hmm."
I'm like, here's my TV handwriting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're like trying to fix letters? Like, erase it.
Chantel, who was your hot mess?
Man, oh man. I'm gonna give it to Peter, but in another scene. So Peter in the scene where he's choosing to yell at poor dear Will, who like really didn't do that much to warrant a yelling at by Peter. And that following up with being scolded by Michelle for his hot messness with how he conducted himself. So I think that whole scene was hot mess expressed for the dear Peter.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree.
My hot mess is also Peter, but not just for what he did, but for what he wore.
Yes, I was thinking that too. That's so funny.
That t-shirt was awful. Imagine you're going on a date and you're like, you know what? I'm going to wear this awful t-shirt.
He brought that with him. So he had to like comb through all of his wardrobe and brought the best of the best. Like, those are like his top picks of wardrobe that he brought to the Bachelorette.
He probably bought it for the show.
He's like, hell yeah, that's what I'm wearing.
Yeah. He was excited.
And then not only did he wear it on the date, he felt confident enough in this terrible t-shirt to be like, you know what? I'm feeling confident enough in this awful outfit to go fight someone in it. So that is my hot mess, is Peter's t-shirt, because it was awful and it was hard to look at and it was ugly.
Yes. I love that hot mess all around was Peter. But 3 separate scenes.
3 separate instances of Peter.
Look at B Bean's hot mess over here.
Hot mess.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
That I'm like, Chris Harrison, please just stop being relevant.
Stop trying. Just stop.
Well, like, didn't you love how he totally staged the proposal to look like it was the final proposal on The Bachelor, Bachelorette?
Yes.
Like, it was totally the same camera, the same angle, you know, him on one knee, far away shot. I was like, you really...
Yep, I saw the picture and I was like, oh, he finally got his moment.
You're mad, Chris?
He probably wanted to do that forever on the show. And he never thought that he was going to be like, you know, let go. So he's like, damn it.
Anyway, y'all, it is our bedtime here at Couch Potato Queens. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Follow us on all of our other social media at Couch Potato Queens on Twitter and Couch Potato Queens QWNZ on Twitter, and at Couch Potato Queens spelled regularly on Instagram. And this is where you can find Chantel.
Who, me? Yes. Absolutely. Yes. So I will be doing a long version of a recap of the entire episode tomorrow. I believe we're going to go live at 11 a.m. Eastern. But I will post that so you guys know for sure when we go live to talk about all the ins and outs of this episode and get our points down and see who's in the lead. Right now, I think that I'm losing points-wise because so many points that Tanya got with that date with Jamie. They got a concert. They got the kiss. They got the rose. They got, like, There was just so many. Oh, we got the sad story. I'm like, she just got like 20 or 25 points on that date. So I'm worried right
Do you
now.
have Nate?
I have Nate, yes.
Well,
Okay.
He didn't
that's
get that
all
many
that
points
matters.
though, right? And she has Joe. I'm like,
Oh.
She has Peter. I'm like, oh, fight points. I have Will.
But
So
hey,
anyway,
you had Alex, so
Yeah.
I don't know if
You
I
had
had him,
Alex.
but I definitely know who he is. I don't know if I picked him or not. We definitely talked about the fact, like, oh, married before. That means he might have like a story come up. And so we
Okay.
thought so she might have taken Alec, but we'll break it all down for you guys tomorrow. So join us there, and we'll talk later on the evening about the challenge and fun stuff, reality realness.
Wonderful.
And you can find me on Instagram at alexknowsitall.jpg and on Twitter at alexknowsitall_. And I will be going live tomorrow on Couch Potato Queens with Sam to cover all things drag happening right now. So Dragula, Drag Race Canada, and Drag Race UK. So if you want to talk drag, come talk to me tomorrow.
What time are you coming live for that? 7.
We go on 7 p.m. Eastern time, and then we will be going live at 9 to cover Survivor.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Busy nights.
Busy night tomorrow.
Wednesdays. Yes.
And this week,
And yep, there's me. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at kind.joy.yw and underscores. You can see that hopefully.
Yep, there she is.
It's cool.
Anyway, y'all, we've had so much fun talking about this drama-filled episode with you, and we will see you all next week.
Yes, thank you so much for being with us tonight, Chantel.
Of course, it was super fun. I love the format of this discussion. It's definitely really fun.
We love it. We're just a chit chat.
Wonderful.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.